Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and profit for life. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. All right, guys, into the action we go today. Market's pretty quiet, 63 million, but honestly, trading has been awesome. And I want to go over the trades we've done over the last couple days to give you guys a sense. If you're in the research center, you know exactly how you're making some good money right now. Number one, we have to look at Chevron yesterday. So Chevron today's up 14 cents, but yesterday what I decided to do was take it off the table on the short side. So we pocketed about $4.50 in profit on the downside, which was a beautiful gain here. I decided to take it just before the 200 MA because ultimately I saw a bounce coming in the market. All right, we had yields on the 10-year reach their max target in the short term. Now, granted, they can go higher long term, but short term, it hit their target. So therefore, it dictated a pullback on yields. Markets go inverse. That means a bounce in the markets. So again, with Chevron trading up today, that looks like it's the right course of action. Now, another trade I did, I decided to go long with members yesterday, ExxonMobil. Sure enough, extended chart to the downside, expecting a market bounce. That is exactly what we're getting today. Exxon traded as high as $87.87, pulled back a little bit off of that as of now, but nonetheless, I like this as a short-term possibility for a bounce. I have some key levels here. Mainly, there's a little bit of a level right here that we are focusing in on, and again, you can see it right here, which we're trading just above, and then this gap fill from a couple days ago just below. That's your key level that you're looking for. You want to hold that, even though close below yesterday didn't confirm. As long as it stays in this range, you could get a short-term pop off of that. Now, I'm still holding other shorts, but I did take a little bit more off the table. And again, analyzing the market, when you can dictate when the market's going to bounce, you obviously want to react to that. And one thing I did was I took Target off the table on the short side. So I was short Target from about $70.80, which was a nice gain nonetheless. Beautiful gain from up here being on the short side. And I decided to move out because they're reporting earnings tomorrow. Okay, so again, Target reports earnings. I'd rather not stick around when it's reporting earnings, so I did move out. And again, that does look like the correct scenario there on the trade, as it's just more of a safety precaution. Could Target dump out on earnings? Absolutely, it could go lower. I could make more, but I'm taking risk, and anytime you take risk, there's a risk to reward to it. I mean, all right, so how much do I think I'm going to get out of it? To what if I lose all my gains on the short and it goes into the negative category for me? So I did the smart thing. I did the safe thing, and I moved out of my short for a nice gain there. Multiple dollar gain on Target on the downswing here, and this was a beautiful bearish pattern. Take a look at this bearish pattern here on the chart, guys. That was just a sweet pattern, and again, sure enough, playing out to the downside on the chart there. Couple other things to go over. So those were slowly taking just a couple of my shorts off the table. I still have some shorts out there that I'm still on the short side of, including DuPont and Oracle and some of these other ones. We're all in the money on these, so that's always nice to see. But I did want to leave a little bit out because even though I expect a short-term bounce here in the markets, and we're getting that today, and again, if you're a member, then you know exactly what my analysis has been in the technical analysis videos inside the research center. Which again, if you're not a member, you're missing out obviously on the second type calls that I give out in the market analysis and such. But even if we get a small bounce here, which I think could last for a few days as rates pull back, I do think there's more downside to come in the not too distant future. Fed minutes tomorrow at 2 p.m., which should be interesting, and ultimately we will see the market. I think if we go back to the spiders, head down to the 382 retrace, which is right here around the 163 area, and then eventually head down towards this lower 200 MA and little pivot low right here. Okay, so again, good to see a bounce. I got a couple longs here. I picked up another long today that I put out to Research Center members. This one is already paying huge dividends. Take a look at this, guys. RSOL. I bought it right here with members at the 200 MA. It doesn't look like a big bounce, but get this, folks. This is already almost a 10% gain for us. The low here, I bought it at 179, $1.79, and went as low as 176, 3 cents lower, but it hit a high here of 198. So you're nearing the $2 level here. Trades a tons of volume for a small cap, which is over 1 million shares today. But look at this chart, right down into the 200. One of the reasons why I like this one is because First Solar was also hitting the 200. So First Solar had come right into the 200, getting cheap again after being at 58, 59, and got as low as about 36 here, and it was due to bounce. So today we are seeing a $1.44 bounce, which coincides. We're seeing a lot of solar stocks getting a bounce, including Trina Solar, which is a Chinese play, up $1 on the day. JASO, JA Solar, up 50 cents, getting a good technical bounce. CSIQ, Canadian Solar, even though it's getting a bounce, it's actually a bearish pattern there, which doesn't bode well for that one later on. But bottom line is, already up 10% on the new swing trade that I put out today. And this is, again, what it's all about, guys. Being ahead of the curve, seeing things, stepping up, being the leader. All right, everyone here at In the Money Stocks becomes a leader. And what do I mean by that? Well, we're the first ones in the door on a trade, either short or long. When it's a falling knife, when the pikers out there are saying, oh, you can't catch a falling knife, if you ever hear someone say that, and I've heard people even on CNBC say that, it's because they don't know how to trade. All right, if you know what you're doing and you know the PPT methodology, you can catch a falling knife because you know the level that it's going to bounce at. Plus, even if by chance it flushes through that point, you have an immediate stop out and you just move out and you look to buy it again. It's the beauty of it. I catch falling knives all the time. I catch stocks that are at all-time highs, just like we did in this latest batch of moves to the upside. I mean, the markets were hitting all-time highs over the last 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks, and I was accumulating shorts, which are now in the money. Oracle, DuPont, Chevron. I mean, I could go on and on. Okay? All right, plenty of stocks out there, and I was doing it all by using the PPT methodology, which is our proprietary technique here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. All right, so good stuff. I mean, day trades today have been fantastic as well. I scalped Chevron today. Chevron was a nice scalp. One of the reasons I actually bought this right at the open here on this initial flush, the reason I bought Chevron at the initial flush on the open just as a day trade, and you can see it popped beautifully, was mainly because I saw Exxon was moving up. So Exxon was going up. Chevron had one seller in it, wanted to get out. I could easily tell that this would get a bounce based on Chevron's level and what we obviously thought. So after moving out of the short yesterday on a swing trade basis, making $4.50, I picked up a nice chunk of change on Chevron on the long side today. I scalped JCPenney today, guys. JCPenney was a beauty. Right down here, lows of the day. Big bounce. I actually scalped it twice. Once at the 20 right here for a quick bounce, and then when it came down here, I wish I held longer because this thing has moved up. I think a fund was unloading here at the open, and that's really what happened. But, you know, that ultimately was a beautiful play there. I made $400 there. I made $200 on Chevron. What else did I do? Specs, I just banked 3,000 on Specs. I had told guys in the chat all day long that I like this one. If you look at the daily chart, it was right into this level here, which was a retrace to the scene of the crime. Sure enough, they had news. I had 3,000 shares and just banked a nice chunk of change on that one to the upside. Huge money there, $3,000 thereabouts. So, you know, the trading environment's great right now. You want to enjoy it, whether you're swing trading or day trading, doesn't matter. There's money to be made. The only key is you have to know the methodology, price, pattern, and time. If you know price, pattern, and time, you're banking money left and right. And again, we're seeing a market on the SPY that's up today. Nice bounce. We're getting back above the 50, which means no confirmation there, which is no big deal. That's what you generally would expect. Markets are going sideways here, but there's action to be had. And that's what it's all about, folks. Can you find the action by using the PPT to find the levels where you're going to go up and down? And our members do it, and I'm proud of them from here until eternity. I mean, that's what we teach them to do, and they're using it to make more money than anyone else out there. They're beating institutions in annual returns. I mean, this is what it's all about, folks. You want to become better. You don't want to let the institutions with their high-frequency programs eat you for lunch. You want to be eating their lunch. You want to be taking their money. And again, that's what we can do here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. So on that note, folks, great day. Markets again sideways. We're waiting for Fed minutes tomorrow, I think, for more inclination on where the Fed's going to go. But when it's all said and done, let's keep rocking it. Take care, guys. Have a great afternoon, great evening. I'll talk to you soon. Come join us here. Take the 7-day free trial at InTheMoneyStocks.com.